Hey guys, and welcome back to another video where today we're going to be reacting to this tweet from BBC Sport, which claims that Chelsea need to sell or are looking to sell 6 players in order to fund the transfer of Kai Havertz. Now, I for one am very excited for this. Kai Havertz has been linked to Chelsea strongly over the last months in the media. He's also been linked to other giants of football, Bayern Munich and Real Madrid, 2 of the biggest clubs on earth. So if Chelsea are to get him, they are going to have to fight off some stiff competition, and that is not going to be easy given that our position in the top 4 is precarious at the moment, to say the least, and our form a little bit sketchy after that defeat to West Ham. Now, I don't know whether it's absolutely necessary for Chelsea to have to offload 6 players in order to fund the deal. I think we could probably get by with offloading a couple and funding it, but they reckon it's going to cost in the region of 90 million. I've seen lots of different figures. 75 million's been bandied about. But either way, we're going to have to offload somebody. But let's hypothetically say that tweet is true and Chelsea are going to get rid of 6 players. In today's video, we are going to pinpoint which 6 players Chelsea should give the boot. Firstly, and this may come as a surprise to some, but the first person I think we should give the boot to is Jorginho. Now, I'm not saying I'm not a Jorginho fan. He has done amazing things in a Chelsea shirt. There has been some amazing performances. When he first came, he was seen as like Maurizio Sarri's number 2, but you know, he got some stick from the fans, from his own fans, which is never easy, but he played through it and eventually won them all around with his performances, showed himself to be a great leader, incredible passer of the ball. He dictated the tempo, was a little bit Cesc Fabregas-esque in the way that he dictated the game. His vision is unbelievable, his range of passing, all of that stuff. So for him to be sitting on the bench at Chelsea has got a lot of people baffled. I think it's a case of like the system that we play, and N'Golo Kante has dropped back into that deeper midfield role, which everyone in the planet, apart from Maurizio Sarri, knows is his best role. We've been very shaky at the back lately. Kante being there gives Lampard that feeling of security that the defence is as protected as it can be. And that, of course, means there is no space for Jorginho, who was that link between the defence and midfield. But he's a bit more of a luxury player, and N'Golo Kante is more of a necessity in the eyes of Frank Lampard. And also, we have got an abundance of talent, so much talent. We have got so much midfield talent, so much. We've got N'Golo Kante, as I just said, amazing player. When he's on form, the team play well. It's as simple as that. It was obviously key to Leicester's title win as well. Unbelievable player in that holding role. One of the best in the world at that specific position. We've also got Mateo Kovacic. At the moment, in my eyes, Chelsea's player of the season. No doubt about it for me. Has really come on leaps and bounds. Can do everything. Can defend, strong in the tackle, can hold players off the ball, can pass. If he added more goals to his game, he would be one of the most well-rounded and well-respected midfield players in the Premier League. But you don't play at Real... Oh, okay, I was going to say you don't play at Real Madrid if you're any good, but Morata ruins that argument. Another player, resurgence of form of Ross Barkley. I'm pleased for him because he's a player that I really want to do well. Hasn't always worked for him, but at the moment he's banging form and he is making it very difficult for Frank Lampard to leave him out the side. Then we've got the youngsters. We've got Loftus-Cheek. Been out injured for a long time. Unquestionable talent. He really has got it, but he needs to start putting in those performances, but you're not going to get rid of Loftus-Cheek. Mason Mount. Unbelievable. For Frank Lampard, he's come out in a press conference time and time again and says how much he relies on Mason Mount. I mean, together at Derby, they know each other very well. They work well together as a manager and a player. That relationship is key to form. Mason Mount, when he's not in the team, West Ham, for instance, he didn't start that game. And although he's got his haters, we did not play well that game. And Frank Lampard came out after and said he relies on Mason Mount to start the press, the tempo, all of those things that you don't necessarily give a player credit for because they're not pleasing to the eye. But in terms of the system and the way we play, Mason Mount is key. You've then got Billy Gilmour, who, as we saw the other day, come on in midfield to leave Jorginho sat on the bench. Now, Jorginho is too good of a player to be sat on the bench week in, week out. And that is why I think it's best for all parties if he leaves and Chelsea offload him. They can get decent money for him. Pep wanted him at Man City before we got him. So there is every chance that Jorginho will be given the boot and shown the door at Chelsea under Frank Lampard this summer. Second player that I think should be shown the door, and this one will not come as a surprise to many of you, I don't think, that is Michy Batshuayi. Now, Batshuayi joined us. At the time, West Ham were favourites to sign him. Then Palace come in with a bid, and then Juventus come in with a bid. But we offered more, we trumped everybody, and Batshuayi ended up coming to Chelsea in a bid, I think, around £40 million. At the time, I remember thinking, ugh. You know, I was watching him in the Euros and I was like, I don't like this guy. He's sulky, things aren't going his way, but he's still young, he could improve. And maybe, I'm not a football manager, so maybe they know what they're talking about and they've seen potential in him. Now, he certainly does have potential and he has shown glimpses. When he first came to Chelsea, he hit the ground running, come off the bench to make his first appearance, got an assist for Diego Costa. Then he started, scored a goal, I think, away at Watford. And then after that, he made his first appearance in the EFL Cup, scored a brace, and you're thinking, wow, this guy's decent as a backup striker. And that's what he came as, a backup striker. And that you need those players in your team. Someone that comes and knows they're going to be the number 2. Obviously, he was never going to push Diego Costa out of the team. But eventually, Chelsea, I think, were looking for Batshuayi to become a replacement, knowing that Costa wasn't here for the long term. However, when he starts, it's dog shit. I'm just going to be really honest. I think he's dog shit. Half the time he looks like he can't be arsed. Other times he's like invisible on the pitch. And I actually like the guy. I do actually quite like the guy, but he's just not a leading Chelsea striker, in my opinion. I'd rather have Morata, honestly. I'm not overlooking all the important things he's done for the club. Obviously the goal at the Hawthorns, everybody remembers that. In last 10 minutes, scored the goal that won us the league title under Antonio Conte. Big up Michy. The Madrid game, I was at that game, Atletico away, come on in added time, scored the winner, unbelievable scenes in that away end in Spain. And then we go back to as recent as like October, November time last year, scored the winner away at Ajax. Crucial goals at very important times, and I will be forever grateful for that. But whatever it is, I think he's played under 3 different Chelsea managers. He has not been able to force himself into that starting 11. And there's a reason for that. The managers are watching him day in, day out on the training ground. There must be something that they're not liking. He's either not putting the effort in, or we've just got a better option. And unfortunately for Michy, we do always have a better option. He went to Dortmund out on loan. It's always a bad sign when a player goes out on loan. But Dortmund absolutely smashed it, and I thought, here we go. When he comes back, he's going to be full of confidence, and we're going to see the Michy, the £40 million Michy. We didn't. Got sent out on loan again to Valencia. Didn't work out for him there. He then went to Crystal Palace. Didn't really work out for him there. Michy Batshuayi, I think, mate, your time at Chelsea is up. Even though I like you, and I'm grateful for what you've done, I think it's time to go. Third player that I think should be shown the door, and I've had a campaign of hate against... Hate's a strong word. I don't like him. Marcos Alonso. Read through my tweets and Instagram over the last 3 years. You will know I do not like this man. It's a running joke in my friendship group that I do not like this man. He is slow. No question, he has fantastic technical ability. The free kicks he scores, Tottenham, thank you for scoring a brace. Tottenham away, one of the best games ever, away days ever. But he puts a good ball into the box, scores some good goals, scored against Tottenham at home earlier on in the season. As a left back, great, but they are a bonus. Your primary job is to defend, and he can't do it. He cannot do it. Saw the West Ham game all but a week ago. What on earth was that display at the back? No surprise he didn't start against Watford. Dropped, and he should be. Finally, Frank has seen some sense. Alonso, I think, the word I'm going to use, has been exposed. Under Antonio Conte, as a wing-back, when you've got 3 other central defenders covering your ass, you can get away with not being great at the back. Someone will be there. Someone else will cover for you. 4 at the back, it doesn't work. I can't see Frank switching to a 5 at the back anytime soon, at all. And I think there will be people that want Alonso. If they're looking at him from a statistical point of view, as clubs often do, there's goals and assists all over the show. From a left back, you love to see that. But I don't love to see him in a Chelsea shirt. So Marcus, off you pop. 4th player that I think Chelsea should get rid of is our other left back, Emerson. Now, when Emerson came, and I was like, brilliant. Do you know what? This is going to be the end of Marcos Alonso. I saw Emerson. I saw the pace. I'm thinking, fantastic. We've got a quick left back. I hate slow fullbacks. They do not work for me. I think wing backs or fullbacks, however you play, whether it's a 4 or 5 at the back, need to have some pace, because you're going to be defending opposition wingers who generally and traditionally are the quickest players on the team. So I've seen some good displays from Emerson, but I've also seen some head loss displays. I don't think this man has the football IQ to put in the kind of performances on a consistent basis that we need to see in the Chelsea shirt. Yes, he's put in some good displays. He'll be great one week. You're talking 8.5 out of 10, maybe an assist. Next week, 5 out of 10. Didn't even know he was playing. Both the opposition goals came from down his side. It's unbelievable that the guy can't put in some consistency, but as we speak, as I'm recording this video, an article has gone up in the Observer saying that Emerson is close to agreeing a move back to Italy with Inter Milan. And I don't think that'll be the worst thing for Chelsea. I can't see us getting a lot of money for him. Hasn't made a great number of appearances. Still, I don't know who our number 1 left back is. It seems to be Alonso at the moment. But oh my word, at the moment we're moving Aspi to left back. Aspi can play there, but he's a right back by trade. We've got Reece James and Aspi. We prefer to play Aspi out of position than to play any of the 2 natural left backs that we've got. That tells you everything. Emerson, see ya. The 5th player that I would like to see leave Chelsea this summer is Tiemoue Bakayoko. Again, this one will not be surprising to you. Currently out on loan at Monaco, which is the club we signed him from. Previously been sent out on loan to AC Milan. When he played, I think it was a game at Vicarage Road against Watford, it became like, I viewed Twitter during that game. I often was scrolling through the feed, and it was just Chelsea fans going berserk, other clubs laughing. He was a laughing stock. Now, this man possesses strength, stamina, and now struggling. He's just not got it. He has just not got it. He seems a yard off the pace. He plays the ball into trouble. He gets stupid head loss yellow cards, which never help you out. When you play in a position that he plays, which is like either box to box or CDM, you cannot pick up unnecessary yellow cards. You are going to need to when the game's getting down to the business end. There's 20 minutes to go and it's, you know, 0-0, 1-1, 2-2, 2-1, whatever. It's a close game. You're going to need the freedom to be able to lunge into those 50-50s. If you're sitting there on a yellow card week in, week out, you can't do that and you can't do your job effectively. The worst part about this is he was the club's, at the time, in 2017 when we bought him, the club's 2nd most expensive signing ever. Obviously that record's now gone with Kepa and Morata, but yeah, 40 million made him the 2nd most expensive Chelsea signing ever. And he is awful. Going back to that Watford game, he was actually sent off after about half an hour. No wonder everyone was laughing. His first loan move to AC Milan, they had the option to make the move permanent for 35 million. Now you're thinking, hang on a minute, this guy was signed by Chelsea for 40 million, has been training with Chelsea players, world-class players, week in, week out, has played at Premier League level, so he's now got that experience. We can make the move permanent for less than what Chelsea signed him for a guy that's still only 24 at the time. Alarm bells must be ringing when they chose not to do that. He was labelled confused, a disaster, messy by pundits in Italy. Tells you everything you need to know about the man. Timmy, time is up, mate. He's now at Monaco, which is the club we bought him from. They've got the option to make his move permanent. Will they do it? I don't think so. The last player that I think we should show the door is a player that I like, and he's been a fantastic servant to Chelsea Football Club over the years, but it's Victor Moses. Not because he got sent off for diving in the FA Cup final against Arsenal. I'll forgive him for that. He's also done some good things. The header against Shakhtar Donetsk to win that game 3-2 in the Champions League group stage a few years back. Amazing stuff. He scored some, crucial goals in home wins against Tottenham over the years. He's just done some good stuff. He's got skills, he's got pace, he can dribble, he's quite tricky, he can play right back, he can play right wing, he's versatile. But he's just so close to being a top player. And for me, he's just lacking that little something. I don't like to have players out on loan. There's money still sat there. I still think there would be a number of clubs, even at the age, it feels like it's been around forever. He's still in his 20s, Victor Moses. A club would buy him. And that's why I think if generating cash is the name of the game here, Victor Moses should be recalled from his loan spell at Inter. I'm not sure if there's an option to buy. Let me check. There is an option to buy. And don't forget, this is not the first time Victor Moses has been loaned out. It was at Turkish club Fenerbahce, but that was cut short so that he could make the switch to Inter Milan, who have had a resurgence of form. He's not the only Premier League player that's not over the hill because Victor Moses is still in his 20s, but other Premier League experienced players, Alexis Sanchez, Romelu Lukaku, Ashley Young, they've all gone to play under Antonio Conte. And the fact that Conte has brought a player that he knows to his club shows that there is still something there. So let's cash in on him while we can. Victor Moses, I think you should be the 6th player that we show the door to bring in Kai Havertz if we can make that happen. And again, as I'm making this video, Bayern Munich chairman or chief executive or whatever it is has come out and said it is unlikely that Bayern Munich will make a bid for Havertz this summer because they cannot generate the funds and comply with the financial fair play ruling, which I couldn't even get my words out there. I was that excited. I just exploded, which is a huge bonus for Chelsea and Real Madrid should they wish to continue their interest. I would like to think we can get this deal done. We've obviously got Timo Werner. Let's make Havertz happen as well. 2 stars from the Bundesliga joining Chelsea would be amazing. Come on, Agent Rudiger, do your stuff. You were very close to making this list as well. but you didn't. But Chelsea fans, let me know your thoughts on this. Who are the 6 players that you think we should get rid of? Let me know down in the comments section below. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like, and hopefully we'll see Havertz in a Chelsea shirt in the near future.